welcome to our social practice and security talk. Today we're going to be talking about cybersecurity awareness, and yeah, we have Yasmin, our guest, our special guest. Hello, Yasmin.
Hello, Ahmed.
How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. And you?
I'm good. What do you do for a living?
Well, I work for.
You don't need to say the company name, but what do you?
Oh,
What
okay.
do you?
I'm an import controller.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That means you deal with a lot of emails and a lot
Yeah.
of things online. Yeah.
Yes.
So I have a bunch of questions that's gonna be we are gonna be talking about, and it's all about cybersecurity. Do you know the concept of cybersecurity?
No.
Yes, so it's all about your activity online
Yes.
and the security of everything that you're doing online. You know, all the attacks. You see, nowadays people can scam and steal your data.
Yes.
Can do a bunch of things a lot with your data. So yeah, in our talk we're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be asking you a few questions,
Alright.
and we'll see what level do you have, what knowledge do you have in cybersecurity, because our aim here is to help everybody be careful online,
Okay.
help everybody be very socially conscious, and to avoid data loss and a lot of cybercrime,
Okay.
to be victim of cybercrime.
Alright.
So my first question is, have you ever received an email or message from a non-sender asking for personal information?
Yes. I did receive quite a lot, especially at work.
Yes.
Yes.
And how did you react to that?
Well, the directive that is in place in the company is that when we see those kind of emails, we mustn't click to anything or even like a reply or whatever. We normally leave it and maybe send it to our IT people to actually like double check and see if it's coming from a trustworthy source or not. But yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Yasmin, for that for that reply. And as actually you did well. As me as an IT and specializing in network engineering and security,
Yes.
we have a lot of time to talk about cybersecurity, and we have extra measures that we talk about and how to react to all those kind of email. So yeah, the good solution to that is ignore it, especially when you have a link where they ask you a link to click, but ignore those kind of mails and then set some how can I call it? You can set some organism in your mail, I don't know, mailbox or mail services to always be able to spot spam or phishing email and things like that. So that was good.
Is there no way to like just permanently block those kind of emails? Or?
Yes, there's actually services, online services, and even your firewall. Sometimes for advanced systems, you have firewalls that can allow you to always block those emails, block those spam, and identify. So we have a service like Truecaller, which can identify a spam mail or spam call, so that at least you won't reply to it. And there's a lot of online antiviruses and online anti-malwares that can always help you to always spot those emails. So you have to be you need to be always up to date. You need to be up to date, so that at least you're aware, or your system is aware and can spot all those new threats. Because it always says that we're sleeping every day, but people like behind our back are working on new ways of attacking our systems. So we have to be very cautious.
Alright.
The second question is, do you know how to create strong and unique password for your online account?
Well, I find it quite difficult, especially sometimes when you go online and you make your first attempt trying to create a password, and then they say no, your password is not strong enough, and I find it a bit difficult. So how can I go about doing it?
Yes, thank you so much. You see, people are people rush, especially online. When working online, people rush a lot. They create passwords just or easy password for them to remember, or they just create in a rush password so that they can access to the services that they want. So we need to be very conscious of that. We need to be very aware of that, because the more your password is strong, the more difficult it will be for a hacker to hack it or to penetrate your system. So a good password should contain, as you know, maybe a good password should contain characters, like alphabet, letters, should contain numbers, and should contain at least 3 or 4 extra character or alphanumeric characters. That means the characters, the exclamation point, the hashtag. Those are things that you should always include in your password, because it takes a bit longer for the hackers or the system that they're using to try to hack those passwords.
Okay.
And another thing is you should use a long password. Always write down your password somewhere safe where you can save it, but use a long password online, so that whenever even somebody has a tool to decrypt it, it's going to take them a while. And then they'll get tired of decrypting your password and they'll give up.
Right.
So, yeah, that was a good question. The third question was very interesting. So, yeah, we're learning, yeah?
Yeah, we're learning.
Have you ever shared personal information or photo online that you later regretted?
Well, not sure. Well, I did, but I know it's not advisable. But yeah, I never. I've never been in a situation whereby I regretted sharing some information. But yeah.
Yes, so thank you so much. For your case, it's still okay, because you haven't been to that other side of the problem where people face a lot of consequences. Because it says that everything that we're doing online, we're leaving our digital footprint, which means things that you share online, things that you post online, they stay there forever, and anybody can use them against you. So every time, especially you're working on a reputable company, you should know that people can always go out there and trying to see what you're doing. They're trying to spot if there's something wrong that you're doing. Trying to use your information against you, maybe. Yeah, so it's always advisable to know, to control what you're posting. Always control what you're posting. If everything that you're posting is good, and we don't have much time, but we're gonna pass to the next question. Can you name a few common signs of a phishing email or scam? If you can spot them, how do you know that this email is not good?
Well, I think the domain sometimes not. They can use maybe a company, a well-known company in the beginning, but then the domain it's normally something fishy with some signs and stuff. And
yeah, that's a good example of that. And it's always, the first sign of phishing. Me too, I'm still learning all that, but we all sharing. Yeah, it's a talk. So the first sign of phishing is when you receive an email that you weren't expecting, an unexpected email. You were not expecting an email from FNB, but you receive an email from FNB that you have money there, you need to clear your accounts or things like that. Those are kind of email that you can spot at the first moment that this is not a normal email. Or there's also other emails such as people asking you for bank details.
Yes.
Or people asking you that you have services that's waiting for you to unlock.
Yes.
Those are kind of phishing email. Or files, or exciting files like new movies or things like that.
Yes.
And then click on this link to access those things like that. And always be careful. Or know women love to shop. And if you have a shopping company like says there's such shopping company that's giving like a 90% discount or reduction on the services, we can be tempted. But we have to be very careful. So those are the way all our questions. I'm gonna ask you one more question if you want to.
Okay.
Do you use the same password for multiple accounts?
Yeah, I'm guilty of that actually. I do, but because it's just so easier for you to remember. Because once you create like so many passwords, it tends to become very difficult to remember all. So yeah, I will say I'm guilty with that. I don't know if it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's the good thing, and your online people will know that if they find only one of your password, they can enter all your all the platform and look for you with that only password. So from now, at least you know that you shouldn't use the same password for all your platform,
Okay.
because people can use them as soon as they found out what's the true your real password. They can go to any other website
And try it.
again and try the same password. So it's really advisable to use the passwords, to use different passwords, at least something.
Okay.
And as we said before, use extra characters. Use just a way of embedding your password, because there's always difficult passwords. You see, for those secure websites or online platform, they always hash password. Hashing a password means transform that password into a set of characters that can be not readable, that won't be plain text. So those characters and I don't know how can I call it, letters, combination of characters and letters can make it very difficult for people to get your password. So always use different passwords. And as we said before, you can also set extra authentication methods. You have the one-time PIN. Always use maybe your phone number, so that if somebody accesses an online platform, they'll require them. Always set that, so that they require them to do an extra action to access your account, like sending a code to your email account or to your phone number. So those are all the questions. So at least we've done it all for our talk. And what can you say?
Well, I would like to say, first of all, thank you so much. I just learned some new stuff that I didn't know or wasn't aware of. So thank you for putting in light some stuff that I didn't. And yeah, I will try to be more careful. And especially not using the same password for all my site and all my personal stuff things. So yeah, I'll try to put into practice whatever you just told me today. And yes, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Yasmin, and yes, thank you for everybody that's following us. This is a very good talk about cybersecurity awareness. So everybody else in today's world, people are using AI tools, AI materials to use, to crack our password, to do a lot of bad things about. To do a lot of bad things about our reputation online. So we need to be very aware of that. And thank you so much. We have learned a lot. Yasmin has testified that she's learned something new. So thank you, and all right.
Thank you.